We're good? You all ready? You good? Ready? Good. All right, ready? All right. All right.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Conversation Piece, the podcast about the missing pieces of the conversations we're having right here in Indianapolis. I am very excited and very privileged to be here with y'all in 2025, the year of community here on the show. We got a lot of stuff happening. We just did our first open door session. It was amazing. If you're interested in that, link in bio to check that out and learn more. But today we have a very special conversation for y'all. As you can see, we are not at the Stutz right now. We are in a very special location with a very special guest. My guest today has been speaking that rubber band lingo for over a decade. Musician, entrepreneur, artist, and businessman. He has gone from battle raps across the city to making music across the country to setting up shop in the heart of the Nap right downtown on Mass Ave. If, for some reason, you've never heard his music, you've almost certainly seen his brand, Nap or Nothing, on people from Westfield to Greenwood. And if for some reason you've not seen the clothing, I know you've seen the truck driving around this city. He's a true Naptown celebrity, a keeper of the culture, and a leader in this city. He's also got a new album out, Maxie for Mayor, because 2024 could not have ended without a blessing from the dude himself. We have to get on with this conversation. So without further ado, it is my honor and privilege to welcome Antonio Maxie, formerly known as Young Tone, better known as Maxie from Naptown, to the show. Maxie, thank you for being here.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The intro was crazy. It was like, I'm like, damn, is that Pat or is that AI?
Hey, that was Pat wrote that too. Didn't know AI.
Pat killed it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm just
shout
trying
out to Pat.
I'm just trying to get bars on the level of the man here. We are out here, 525 Massachusetts Avenue. Again, I said thanks for being here. Thank you for letting us come here and film this in the shop and have this conversation.
Easy.
100%. I read that you took every arts class that you could at North Central. I was wondering if you could talk about the impact of Miss Vicky Ayers and what she had on you.
Shout out to Miss Ayers. I didn't get to rock out with Miss Ayers until like my senior year, but I ended up getting like a college credit also from that class. I think that was AP Art. She was incredible. Just the impact that she had on my friends as well. Like I observed and just watched the sparks fly in the class.
For sure.
I felt the freedom that she gave us was almost like college level. Like it's on you to get the job done. She let you know what the assignment was, but she gave you the time and the freedom to get it done at your own speed. She like understood teenagers.
Sure.
You know
and how to empower a teenager to be creative and tap into that creativity.
She was very awesome. And I see she's still at it. You know what I mean? She motivates me to get back into art. Like, I wouldn't mind retaking her class.
Okay.
Like, honestly, like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's what's up. Yeah, for sure.
I really enjoy my time at North Central taking my art classes.
100%. Well, I feel like that's where, again, you got your start, not just drawing and being involved in art, but like you were starting to broach the music scene at that point as well.
I was.
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the influence of Squad B on you in the music side of things.
Okay, shout out to Squad B. Squad B consisted of this guy named Spencer B. Hunt, Spencer's little brother, my dude named Red, and this guy named BJ. I remember at the time they were rap battling this guy named Mike, Spells, and Ian, and someone else. And I'm like, damn, like, y'all putting out, they are burnt, they are recording the disc, they're burning it on CDs, and then they bringing it to school, selling it, giving it. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm already deep into hip-hop listening. Like, we were deep in the East Coast and bars, but, you know, still bumping Jeezy and everybody else as well. But because we like to party. So we had our party music, we had our car music, and then we had when we want rap battles, and you know what I mean? So Squad B was the first guys that kind of motivated me to go harder.
For sure. Like was that your first interaction with like the business side of the music? Like it was kind of like, it seemed like almost more. They were doing more than just making music. They were like, hey, we're going to hustle this. We're going to sell this. We're going to do that thing.
I guess you could say that because those were the first guys I actually tapped in with and went to the studio with.
Okay.
We didn't get too deep into the business, but I think we scratched the surface a little bit with some of the ideas of business. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Squad B were some of the first dudes I seen actually printing up CDs now that I think about it. So I guess so.
Okay.
I never thought about it like that.
All right. Well, I mean, you a bit like we said in the intro, you a businessman.
Yeah.
And the business the aspect comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shout out Squad B on that one.
Shout out to Squad B. Shout out to Squad Berserk.
I know you even mention it on Maxie for Bear. I can't remember which track it is, but you talk about something that you were doing while you were Sycamore. So going to ISU.
Yep.
I also heard that when you were at ISU, you were coming home every weekend to do shows. So I was wondering, do you remember the feeling that you had the first time you did a show at the Ugly Monkey?
The Ugly Monkey is where we like made our bones. It's like, it was like the battlegrounds. It was like, get up there and see if you can be respected by everybody else that's trying to be respected at doing the exact same thing. And with their fans and friends in the crowd and things of that nature. So I'm grateful for those days. I'm grateful for the people that allowed me to perform there when I was only 20 years old. I was 20 sneaking into the club. I was very, very much so passionate about becoming a rapper, being an artist, you know. So I went from sneaking into the Ugly Monkey performing to being booked at the Ugly Monkey for Expo Weekend. It's footage of us performing. I have 30, 40 people on stage with me. We all have on this was like maybe like my second shirt I printed up. We had put Ghetto Superstar on shirts.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it was rocking in there, you know. So, I mean, a lot of people remember me from the Ugly Monkey. If you were on the same mission, on the same grind I was, shout out to Amani Trey Niner. That's my guy from those days as well.
100%. Well, and again, we're talking about like the foundations of the business aspect of it. Like, you had been doing the music, but at the Ugly Monkey, like you said, you're cutting your teeth. And like that was where you're getting in there at 20 to perform. And that's like, you know, you want to take it serious. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know somebody where a place where people are doing the show, where people are performing, where the crowds are showing up at, you are solidifying yourself in that space. So you were performing and doing things today? There.
We're just doing a little interview, so as you shop around, if anything catch your eye, you just let us know. Okay.
Were you doing battles at the Ugly Monkey as well?
I did rap battles before those days.
That was
that was like Squad B days. Like,
okay.
We would go out. This where we would go hang out downtown and on the east side or wherever, and we weren't the only people that rapped. So if we even seen a small circle of a cipher of people rapping, we got right on in there. Who else rap? Yeah, we do this.
Okay.
What's up? You want to hear these bars? And that's how it used to be.
Okay.
So I found myself rap battling a lot of my peers that I have now. Money Man, Young Pimpin'. I remember when I first met him, we got into a battle, his circle against mine, and it was me and Squad B, and we are still friends to this day.
Still friends.
Yeah. That's pretty cool that we got these stories, but yeah, a lot of us cut our teeth on rap battling. It was big in the hip-hop culture, and it still is now, and it's a form of art that I respect.
I feel like it's coming back a lot. I feel like I see a lot more videos, especially on YouTube, but shorts and stuff and on social media of battling happening. And I was like, I didn't realize that was still so prevalent in the culture, which I think is really cool. Is that scene still happening here in the city as well that you're aware of?
It is. It's a lot of different battle leagues. I actually support one quite often. It's a new battle league that I just allowed to do a rap battle in the shop. Killer Be Killed. That was really dope. I always wanted to do rap battles in my location, in my store, just because like I come from that era. It's something about that energy, that aura in your room, and it's like it just feels different, and I like the feeling. I like
For
being
sure.
a part of it. So I was grateful to be able to do that. But yeah, I feel like it's never left. It's just more eyes. It's like how people were talking about the WNBA. Women
Sure.
been able to hoop. This
Yeah.
ain't nothing new.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
been
for sure.
ballers. It's just more attention is on
Yeah.
it at this moment.
Actually visible to more people.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Do you remember what it was about music that made you want to go from battling and into full song creation?
It looked like it used to be a cap on battle rappers.
Okay.
Like that's it. That's all they.
You only battle.
Yeah, because a lot of times they didn't transition into making hit records.
Sure.
If that made sense.
Yeah.
So it was like we only seen them on this scene, and I wanted to do and be more. It's like a different art in being able to make a record, you know, and I wanted to be in that realm as well. So, and I feel like it's harder.
Sure.
No disrespect to battle rapping. It's harder to make big records, great songs.
Yeah.
And I just like to take on challenges.
For sure.
You know, and so that was just a transition for me. And sometimes I still feel like I want to rap battle somebody.
Okay. I was going to say, how much do you tap?
Have a great day.
How much do you tap into that when you are writing songs? Like, are you tapping into like battle Maxie when you are in the studio writing, or when you're just sitting at the pad?
Sometimes for features.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I don't tap into battle Maxie unless it's a record where I want to show my bars and let people know that I'm the best. Then I might tap into that.
Yeah.
Because every now and then I feel like I need to let people know who I am with
People
these
forget.
bars. They're forgetful.
Yes.
And we're prisoners of the moment. So sometimes someone else can drop something and they're like, oh my God, they have it. They are it. And then you have to lyrically smack them around and let them know. Hey now. Hello.
Hey, what we were just talking about, you still have friends from your original battle days. That's the thing I love about battling is like, if you can, sometimes it's going to get personal, but if you can get away and be like, okay, this is like a competition where we're just flexing to see who is the best at doing this. It's not like I'm trying to kill you, but I'm not trying to like ruin your whole life.
My friends are trying to do that on songs too. Like artists are slick. We all are slick. When we get on songs with each other, like we do what the beat tells us to do. We go accordingly with the hook. But creatively, within those 12 to 8 to 16 bars, we are also thinking about how to outwit the person we're on the song with, or how to outwit the first verse that I wrote on this song. I want to make sure that it is popping and it has risen in certain areas. So it's still competitive.
An element of competitiveness.
Yes, somewhere in it.
Do you remember the first time you sent a song out to somebody and you were like, hey, I want you to feature on this? They sent it back and you were like, fuck, I gotta go back. Has it ever happened to you?
Okay, I'm not the verse rewriter.
Okay.
I feel like if you, I'm getting you on my record to smoke my record. A lot of times, a lot of my friends or family members be like, Tone, why you ain't do that record by yourself? Oh my God, why do you keep putting people on your songs? I like them.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm on a mission to help uplift Indianapolis, the art scene. And if I see other artists that paint stroke is crazy, pause, I want to tap in and we can be great together sometimes. So you better get on my record and smoke it. But creatively, I'm grateful that I'm so confident in the style and what I've birthed as an artist that I'm comfortable not rewriting my raps.
For sure.
And I better have did what I was supposed to do before I hit them up to get on my song.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
For
now,
sure.
if they do something that complements my flow really, like the song really well, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to add an element to the song because that little cadence they did really took the song to another level.
Okay.
I need to switch a cadence or something.
Okay, so like like maybe a re-recording to capture.
Add more greatness. But as far as like scrapping my verse, it's been, I think, I haven't done that since I was like a young artist. Like maybe Goldie has made me do that maybe once before. Okay. You know what I mean? But I'm very confident in whatever I put together. I'm not rewriting it.
For sure. I love what you just said. Add more greatness.
Prideful though. I'm not want to be prideful. My shit is. I try. I try not to write garbage shit. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So it's like, if it's garbage, I'm just not putting it out. Like, that wasn't it today. I'm not putting this song out. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
Okay, so I love what you said about, like, this idea of if you invite somebody on the song, like, you already know that they're going to smoke it. Because that you that's the whole reason you invited them in the first place. Which I think speaks to this idea of community, not only that we're focused on the show, but, like, that you have cultivated over your nearly 15-year career here in this city. You are very prolific. Not only that, like you have some like really incredible songs that have touched a lot of the world, not just here in the city. What's kept you in Indianapolis? Besides, I mean, you have Nap or Nothing, and that's the brand now. But what's kept you here? When I look at your success and I see somebody who could be easily in Atlanta, LA, New York for whatever reason, what's got Maxie rooted here in Indy?
I always tapped in with I like tapping in with people, like giving people a chance or giving them their start or being a person who was rocking with someone before everybody else seen it and was like, oh my God, no wonder you rock with them. Let me get their number too. That's how Indianapolis is.
Okay.
Like we are that market that people should tap in with more, should give that chance to. And sometimes you have to be that person. You have to be that bridge. You have to put that work in and be the structure, be the foundation, and be a part of the pillars. You know what I mean? Eventually, Indianapolis will be that. It's already growing and the trajectory is high. Like, if you just pay attention to how wide of range the art is now, you could recognize the growth a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how's it going today? We're working on a little interview over here, so as you're shopping, if anything catch your eye, just let us know. We take care of you. Okay.
That's a bar. That's bars right there. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead in my questioning because I love what you just brought up. This idea of we're looking for opportunities. It's not the same as some of these other places that have established infrastructures. I was listening to an interview that you were talking about, and you said one of the things that you wish that you could have done with Monkey Boy ENT was squeeze out more from the opportunities like that fruit at that time. This was back in 2019 when you said this, by the way. Another thing that you said that I think builds on that was like, we don't have a music industry here. We don't have industries in the same way that a New York or an LA or other more established areas might. Again, you shared that about 5 years ago. You are well on from that now. You have what I would consider to be an infrastructure for folks. I think Maxie for Mayor speaks to that when we think about people are like, you should do that by yourself and see all of the different people that permeate this album. I think that speaks to that. Do you feel like we have, like you said, we started to build. Do you feel like we have created enough of an infrastructure now that we can start to be tapped into for more of these opportunities?
I feel like we built the inspiration. And I think it's just about the seeds that you plant. I feel like the seeds that I've planted says is nothing that you can't do with your clothing here. Like I can be in the hood, like Lafayette Square.
Yep.
Which used to be a pristine location, and it changed with the trajectory of the neighborhoods over there. I can be on Mass Ave, which is one of the nicest places you can be in Indianapolis. There's nothing that you can't do because the network that I've gained just from being in the downtown area, the relationships that I've built has shown me that everyone is only a few degrees of separation away from each other. And if you want to be a politician, if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a chef, if you want to be whatever you want to be, it's a direction we can point you. It's a door right there with a great person on the other side that might can help you out. And I'm a testament to that just by being on Mass Ave, just by being in the mix program with Gang Gang and, you know, things of that nature. So
For sure. I mean, I appreciate you sharing that because I think we talk a lot about communities operating in their own silos and not wanting to intersect with other communities. Maybe not wanting to, but not knowing that opportunity is available to them. And I think the reason that I asked just these last two questions, both what keeps you here and do you think that we have established like an infrastructure, is because I think you uniquely have, whether intentionally or not, positioned yourself as all of that and encompass what I think, if we're looking for what does it mean or what does it look like to represent Naptown hip-hop, Naptown music, Indianapolis sound, what's a Naptown sound? I think Maxie is a name, a face, and a sound that comes up with that. And I think just by the simple fact of you staying and continuing to connect and build that network, and then not only being in Lafayette Square Mall, but now being down here in the heart of downtown, speaks again to more of that willingness, maybe, but definitely drive to stay connected. I think that's really important for people to hear because we're still battling this idea that young folks can't succeed here, I think, and that they have to go to these bigger cities to not only succeed, but maybe even find like culture, like whatever they might be looking for.
It's cool to travel.
For sure.
It's cool to get motivated. And it's cool to pick up gems and then shake and see what's left on the top and then use that and implement new things in the area that you're at or the demographic that you're working with. So I love traveling, but it's nothing like home.
For sure. In an interview with Drayco, he called you, shout out to Drayco, by the way.
Shout out to my boy.
He called you, or he said when he first started listening to you and then like came across like what it is you do, that was the first time he realized there are actually Indianapolis celebrities. I wanted to ask you if you could share a little bit about Sir Hart's impact on the Indianapolis, like specifically hip-hop, but music community.
You're the first person that ever asked me about Sir Hart. And he is such an incredible hip-hop piece. He was... I wish certain things didn't happen. Because I know for a fact Indianapolis will be in a greater place with hip-hop. That he had a hub that was one of the most important hip-hop hubs we've ever had. When I was a teenager, I remember people tapping in with me because of my talent and want me to do songs with them. And the studio that they took me to record at was Sir Hart's studio. He was the first guy I ever seen produce a beat, use the stems. He might use the same stems for multiple beats, switch out a few songs, and sell this beat to you, allow you to rap whatever verse or hook or whatever you got, and knock it all out in an hour for about $45. He was the first studio I seen where you could come and sit down and wait for your session, but tap in and bump into the Lil Nuts, the Jimmy Max, the Hostiles, the comedian rappers, the S. Collies, that's where the birth of St. James and Stop Beefing Radio was birthed at Sir Hart's studio before 100 ENT. like everybody came to Sir Hart Studio just to hang out, whether it was a play being made, whether you needed to get some production, whether somebody knew somebody that can make something shake for you. That was the spot. And it was so much love that sometimes love can be twisted and used for the wrong things. All right, the hip hop scene was flourishing greatly at a time, and when artists are very passionate about what they want and what they see and how they envision themselves, sometimes we crash out in ways that are very detrimental to the hip hop community, and that was an example of a crash out.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. I wanted to ask because one, I don't feel like like you said, I don't feel like I'd ever heard anybody talk about Sir Hart before.
That was a good studio. He went from 46 in Evanston to in neighborhood, Little Nuttingham section on Forest Manor, back to 46 in Evanston. I think like just a block, like a street over, a building over. You know what I mean? It was just that was a good location
for sure.
Sir Hart was a good dude, and shout out to everybody that's recorded at Sir Hart's spot, was involved with Sir Hart. Shout out to everybody that was involved in that incident as well. Shout out to the people that lost their life, whether it was physical or whether it was to the system, all trying to become a rap artist.
100%. I think you can draw a direct line from the stuff that was happening there, the community, the love that was happening there, to what you have continued to build through Lafayette Square Mall, through what you got here now. Like you see, I think one of the things I love about the shop is one, it's super close to my house, so it does not take me long to get here. But two is you can see all kinds of people from the hip hop community specifically frequenting here. And you're having events, you're putting people on, you got battles happening in here. Like when I think about what I want to see for Indy, not just specific communities, but for Indy as a city, it is stuff like that. It is, where are we fostering community? Where are we facilitating opportunities for folks whose system is keeping those opportunities from them?
Yeah.
And I think that is a direct line from that time with Sir Hart and all of that stuff that was going on then to what you've carried that legacy. And I think that's a heavy thing to carry, but here you are, not only still thriving, still riding, but maybe making a run for mayor soon. Maybe making a run for one of the highest offices here in the city. Let's get into it. We got a little bit more time. Maxie for mayor. I think, again, I talked about it a little bit. It screams community to me because one, it's not just it's more than 10 tracks. We got the 22 banger. We got a full. This is a real mixtape, bringing me back to my early days, first getting into hip hop. But also, like, the amount of people and the amount of folks that you're putting on in this is incredible. This was a surprise to me because I feel like 2024 has been an awesome year for music, and I think and then TGI Free, shout out to Free. He just dropped the album too today.
No, it's crazy.
My God, like 2024 is wild for music. How long has this been in the pipe? And we are now a month on from this album being out. How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel like how I do music, I just record. I record with emotion. I let the beat tell me what to do. I might have an idea for a couple different projects. Like I was working on Rubber Band Lingo, Volume 5. I was working on something called Mr. Maxie. Then GP for Mayor gave me an idea to do a project called Maxie for Mayor. So I just record, and then when I listen to things, I'm like, this record fits this project. This sound fits this sound. This producer sounds well with this artist, and I think this collaboration sounds good. So I've been working on songs from Maxie for Naptown for maybe the last 3 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just putting stuff together, not knowing it was going to eventually be all on this project.
For
But
sure.
yeah, that's kind of how that project came together. I've been working on it for a few years, but really, when I put my foot down, it was really only a couple months. I was like, okay, so I'm going to put these songs together. I'm going to put these new songs with this right here, and here you go.
Love it. What do you want people to walk away from with this particular project?
I make music intentionally to show you that I don't fit in any box. I make music intentionally to represent Naptown. It's always like insiders, like only if you from Nap, you'll be able to understand our music like this, understand the lingo. It's like when we listen to Detroit music, like they understand their music a little better when they listen to it than we do.
Right.
It's like, because they on the inside.
Yeah. You can catch the vibe, but you don't maybe understand.
But I like things like that because we like Kendrick because he's so Cali.
Yeah.
They like Drake because he showed us what Canada hip hop.
Right.
We like people for being who they are and representing where they are from, and this is the Naptown sound.
I love it. This is the Naptown sound. Okay, I got a couple more questions as we get ready to wrap up here. I'm glad you brought up the Naptown sound. Nap or Nothing. We're here at 525 Mass Ave right now, sitting in the shop. You can see on the cameras a lot of the different designs and stuff. Nap or Nothing, though, that is the brand. Do you feel like you, Maxie, is Nap or Nothing? Do you feel like you are the brand and the brand is Maxie, or do you feel like those are two separate things?
Those are two separate things.
Okay.
It maybe used to be like that in the beginning.
All right.
I'm grateful for the people who used to support and buy things from me just because it was me.
Yeah.
But if you are designing and creator, eventually you want people to support and buy what you have because it's just that damn dope, because it's just
Very
that
dope.
damn fresh. And eventually I'm at a point where I see people that's buying my clothes and they have no idea who I am. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful that I have grinded to that stage, you know, but I'm very, 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 very much grateful for all the people who buy anything from me just because I'm putting it out, just because it's Antonio Maxie. But I think we all as creators want to get to a point where people are buying our product just because it's a great ass product.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel you. We talk about a lot, like, the difficulty in separating ourselves from the brands. Like, I feel like I've, for a certain level, am conversation piece to a certain extent, because that's how now people know me, because I didn't have a community before in the city. And so it's like, how do I position myself to not always be this or always be the podcast guy and like create that other lane? And so I'm like, I lean on models like yourself. And how do you establish that? And again, the consistency and the quality, it sets it apart. And now we have people walking in here while we're recording who probably don't know who you are, but are like, that's dope. You have a very good eye for the mannequins out front of what is going to draw you in, because that's one of the reasons I always walk in here. I'm like, God damn it, now I got to go buy that. So you figured it out. One of the things, we have a recurring segment on the show called Give Them Their Flowers, where we ask our guests to give flowers to whoever they think might need it right now. I want to ask you about one specific person, if you don't mind, if you think that they deserve their flowers. Juicy is a collaborator that you've been working with for, I'm not 100% sure how long, but she's out here spitting. She's got a lot of fire products,
She got
products and projects, and you can see her in the shop here a lot. So I was wondering if you wanted to give Juicy some flowers.
It's ironic that you said something about that, because I was just talking to her before we did the interview, and she just said how much she likes you and said that, oh, that's going to be a good interview. I like him. So
she's dope. She is super nice every time. Well, the first time I met her, she engaged me, and she was coming up and talking to me and asking me about stuff, and she was like, check this tape out. I'm like, okay, let's get it.
I've been working with... I know her through a friend. She asked, can she rap for me one day? And I heard her out, and I'm like, yeah, you can rap.
Okay.
And I always kept that in mind, like, because I tap in with artists, you know what I'm saying? So as I continued to do music, I always kept her in mind with, you know, chop it up. She always supported my clothing or came to my shows or did whatever all through my career. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, you know, when you be around somebody long enough, you're going to be like, let me hear something else. You know what I'm saying? Spit something else. And then eventually that leads to, here, beat. Get on this right here. You feel me? And that we started off with just a feature on the Moore project. And then that led to another feature. And then that led to us doing a project together.
Team Rocket.
I came up with that idea. I kind of pushed her in that direction because we was just doing a lot of music together. I looked up, I'm like, yo, we got to know if we could probably drop a little EP, a little mixtape together. You know what I mean? What you think about it? She's like, all right. Then we just added a few more songs to it, just like I said earlier. And I'm like, hey, let's do Team Rocket. You already Jesse. And then I had to put her up on game a little bit because I'm into the animated cartoons and things of that nature. That really wasn't her speed. That was my speed. So I'm grateful for people allowing me to bring some creativity to the table and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But yeah, she's a dope individual. She's one of the best artists I've heard from here. I'm proud of her growth over the years. You know what I'm saying? I think people are embracing the talent that they see as I did.
100%. It's blown up very quickly in the last year, last 2 years especially. But I think since I've come into contact and met and known her, wild to see.
Indianapolis, so the thing is, I know a lot of people complain, but if you stay consistent and you show people that you're passionate about the things that you're doing and you stay consistent and you keep at it, eventually one fan will turn to two and two will turn to three.
100%. Kendall, who we had on the show at the end of last year, said something very similar. If we want to complain about not getting opportunities, but a lot of us don't put ourselves in a position to even go after the opportunity in the first place. So if we're not investing in what we want to get out of it, like we're not going to get that out of it.
Facts.
So we gotta put that work in.
Yes.
Maxie, has been an absolute pleasure. I've got 2 more questions for you, and then we will allow you to get some of these sales in from the people that have been walking in here.
Oh, all good.
No secret, you're a family man. We talked about the separation of brand and individual. Can you talk about what it means or how you've been able to find the balance between family and work, like family life and work life, and if you can give a piece of advice for folks trying to achieve something similar?
Well, shout out to my wife. She's the piece to this puzzle that makes everything beautiful. You feel me? The sacrifices we made together have allowed me to grow and blossom into a brand. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We've both sacrificed, whether it's time for her to go to work and I'm a stay-at-home dad and take care of this or take care of that because she has a better paying job than me at that time, or times when she got to stay at home with the kids and allow me to go be the rapper that I see myself being in my head and allow me to jack off this money on beats and studio time and whatever else I may need to look up to par.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everybody made sacrifices to get to this point, and that's why it's a we thing, not a me thing.
Bar. We thing, not a me thing. Anybody trying to make it happen out here, you got to be focused on that we.
Yep.
Work on that internal, but be focused on that community, that group. That
even
family.
when it ain't a wife, a family could be friends. A family could be extended family members. It could be just new teammates that you're adding, you know, because I got a family at the shop. And we work well together, and I wouldn't be places that I am right now without the proper teammates and the proper family members to be on this journey with me.
Facts.
Yeah.
100%. Last but not least, you got the album out. Where can we find the album? And then after all this, how do we support you? How do we follow you? How do we find you? And all that stuff.
Maxie from Naptown. I'm on all digital platforms. Maxie from Air is the latest project. That's on all
the latest project.
The latest. I'm like 16, 17 projects in. You know, I'm the Naptown E40. Hello. Quit playing with me.
Let's go.
Yeah, we on that. I'm in the streets. We at 525 Massachusetts Avenue. We live and direct on Mass Ave. And you'll catch me on the scene. If you on the scene, I'm on the scene too.
I'm here for that.
Out the gate.
My man.
Thanks, bro.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for letting us
You're a
pop in the
great
shop.
interviewer, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
You're a great guest, and you make it easy. The guest makes it easy to ask the questions.
For sure.
100%.
Out the gate.
Out the gate. How you what? Everybody else here in Naptown. Episodes every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcast, and on YouTube. ConversationPeacePod.com for the archives, and also for any merch that we have going on. We do have some cool merch items out. You might even see some of that stuff in the shop here if you buy it out online. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Let's go.
At Conversation Peace Pod on all social media platforms as well. And last but not least, make sure you go to the link in our bio and check out the open door sessions. We have the submissions open for February. Got to get those in. First come, first serve, but we want to keep building community, and we're going to keep doing that. It's Nap or Nothing, out the gate. You already know what it is. Mike Lee on the cameras, John Overton and Popular Rapture on the audio. We got Maxie from Naptown with the merch, with the stuff. I was about to say with the church, with everything. I was trying to make it rhyme, but I'm not Murdoch. I'm not that good. So without further ado, I've been Patrick Armstrong, and this has been Conversation Peace. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace.
We're good? You all ready? You good? Ready? Good.